Today on Tri-Crow Studios, we do a high-gain amp head shootout between the ENGL Fireball 100 and the Mesa Boogie 3-channel 100-watt, so not the multi-watt, dual rectifier. So I would like to once again reiterate that this is a high gain amp head shootout. So you're not going to hear any cleans, you're not going to hear any breakups. I fully understand that both of these amps shine in other areas, but that is what this video is all about. I also want to note that I did make the decision to use an Ibanez TS9 as a boost out in front on the dual rectifier only. I did not use the TS9 on the Fireball 100. I know a lot of people hate when you use a boost on a dual rectifier, and I am one person that thoroughly believes that you don't always need one. However, in this shootout, it was a little more pleasing, and there's more people that use a boost out in front on a dual rectifier than don't. So I do have two sound samples today, the first of which is a more balanced frequency type of a sound sample, whereas the second of which is a little bit on the scoop side. All right, so there you go. There are the two sound samples in this shootout between the ENGL Fireball 100 and the boosted Mesa Boogie 3-channel 100 watt, so not the multi-watt dual rectifier. Usually at this point in the video, I like to do, my thoughts on what I've kind of gained from doing this type of a shootout here. I do have to say that I bought the Fireball 100 at the start of summer, just on a whim. I never really looked into that one. I always looked at like the Powerball 2 and stuff like that. Couldn't find any around. So I just bought the Fireball 100 on a whim, and it's starting to kind of climb up the ladder of preferred, I guess you would say, high gain amps and stuff like that for me personally. The dual rectifier, I've always had like a love-hate relationship with it. And more often than not, I do love it. So with the Fireball 100 and a boosted dual rectifier, you will note that there's a lot of low end on the Fireball 100. There's a lot of low end and nice low and nice mids and stuff like that. I did not use the bottom switch on there. I do have the bright switch engaged. And then in stark comparison with the dual rectifier, you'll probably note that there's a lot of everything kind of in there. So there's a lot of low end, a little bit more mids than a lot of other amps for that little bit of a growl, and quite a bit of high end there. Even though my treble is usually sitting between like 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock for a dual rectifier, and as well, of course, your bass is sitting at around like 8 or 9 o'clock, so dialed quite a bit back. But you will, if you notice anything in the comparison, you probably notice that it goes from like a nice thorough balanced sound with the Fireball, and then a little bit more growl and high end emphasis, if I can speak, when it comes to the dual rectifier. To be honest, if that's the only thing that you take from it, that's probably what most people will take from it. I really do think that pairing a Fireball along with a dual rectifier would really thicken up your recordings, and as well in a live scenario might be really good, unless you want to kind of throw a Marshall in place of the Mesa. I really do enjoy the Fireball 100, and it's just about time now that I'm getting the time to actually put it through its paces and do some comparisons with other amps with it. Anyway, that's really all I have to say. Not that big of an emphasis, basically. Balanced EQ to a little more oomph and a little more high end on the dual rectifier, but it's all down to preference and all down to what type of sound that you're getting or you're looking to get for that particular song that you're working on in the moment. Anyway, thanks for watching.